Hey there, YouTube land, and we're going to be talking about something different today. I kind of wanted to get back to talking about mostly the horror and Halloween stuff, but things tend to keep distracting me and getting in my way of just relaxing and having a good, decent time. So, first off, I want to mention a couple names, and after I mention them, you're probably going to know where I'm going to be going with this. Hopefully, if you know me, you know exactly where I'm going to be going with this. And that's Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu, and Zoe Quinn. Uh, if you know those names, then you're keeping up the news, technology, and all that stuff. Good for you. If you don't, well, lucky you. And if you're one of the persons that's been tweeting or hashtagging some bad stuff about those names, we have issues. This all started with a douchebag by the name of Iran, and I'm not going to get his name right, and I really don't care. Uh, Gajani? I don't know. Anyway, some idiot basically had his girlfriend kind of dump him, and he went out, and she was a game developer, and he said, oh, she slept with this person and Kataju, whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, whether that was true or not was none of anybody's business, especially ours. But of course, the whole sexism and misogyny in a lot of the gaming community is utterly disgusting. And we got something called Gamergate. Thank you, Adam Baldwin, for that, by the way. I'll never watch anything you do again, you douchebag. And I know you're a douchebag because I've met you. Uh, Gamergate has been getting worse and worse. We have seen people's life being threatened recently. We have seen them talking about threats as akin to the Montreal Massacre. And I do not take the Montreal Massacre to be anything remotely funny or humorous or anything to be used in a threat. Even if your threat is idle and you don't mean anything by it, don't you dare use something like that in such a flippant way. A lot of people were hurt, a lot of people were killed, and Gamergate, you guys disgust me. So if any of you watch my channel, go fuck yourself. Seriously. What type of person does this? What type of person idea of a good time is demeaning or belittling someone else? What type of so-called person? I'm never going to call you a man because you're misogynistic assholes. No, no man treats a female that way. No man will even utter words like that to another man or to another girl. It's not as a joke, not as. It's not done. It shouldn't be done. It should never be done. So, guys, on here, if you know of anybody involved with this, then you can definitely pass on my fuck you to them and everything that they stand for. This isn't about protecting gaming rights. This isn't about protecting the rights of gamers, having Call of Duty stay on or anything like that. I'm a Call of Duty player. My daughter is a much better Call of Duty player than I am. And that has nothing to do with this. This has everything to do with hate. And I am against hate in every possible way, except for this. Here's the thing. I'm against bigotry. I'm against hatred. I'm against misogyny, sexism, racism. But when you decide that you have the right and privilege to actually belittle or threaten or just spill just garbage from your mouth, your computer, then I'm suddenly against you personally. So everybody out there, if you haven't heard of this disgusting group called Gamergate, you have now. Kind of like in when I mentioned the Batman Addicts things, where they kind of like try and gloss it over with other issues and stuff like that. Gamergate tends to do that. But you know what? They're lying. Just look at some of the stuff that's been done. Look at some of the people that have been attacked. And as for how it all started, the guy recently said that, it was a good thing that he started this. It didn't matter about the misogyny and the hatred and all the other death threats that came out of it because, it's all about gamers' rights. No, it's not. Let's do a gamers' rights. Okay, here. I am starting a gamers' rights group right now for all gamers, for males, females. I don't know. Does your pet play games? I know that there's apps for your pet that can make them play games. That works too. But if you think you can be exclusive and just being kind of an inclusive group and like be a little other people, gamers, females, and it's not going to stop with females. It's going to go on to other races. You're going to see there's going to be hatred towards what's next? What, like Christian groups or Muslim groups? Are they going to be hated in the gaming community because they like certain games? I mean, those games may not be my thing, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to spew some hatred towards something that I don't play, or I think that there are people that are lesser than me. I can tell you right now that anybody that's a member of Gamersgate is lesser than you as a gamer. Everything that you do, everything that you stand for, and every time that you stand up for somebody else, you're okay. Actually, every time you wake up in the morning, you're better than they are. And as long as you keep up this crap, no, I'm there. I will spotlight and point out and tweet and YouTube and Facebook every time I hear some crappy thing that they do. And I will let everybody know so that, honestly, we rise up against. So, Gamersgate, that's your notice for right now. It's just me and a few of my friends. But like it started, that was just you and a few of your friends. And no, no more. It ends, and it ends right now. Gaming, misogyny, sexism, this has gone too far. Let's face it, this is a group of people, me, myself included, that at one time would be considered the outcasts, the nerds, the unwashed. Yeah, you get the in the basement type of thing, and no, it's become cooler to game and to like do all that stuff. But what's not cool is the way you're taking it. You're doing the stuff that people did to you back before it was all cool. Back in the NES days when basically, when the jock was shoving your head in the toilet, that's that type of thing. You're doing that. Except you're making it worse. You're relentlessly spewing hatred and bile and idiocy. And that's one thing I cannot stand. And that is idiocy. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, T's going to relax me right now. But it's time to stop. It's time to stop the hate. It's time to stop the crap. It's time to stop all this bullshit. And it's time to squash Gamersgate and anything that they believe in. There could be a really good like gaming rights group, stuff like that. This is not it. This is hatred. This is the KKK of gaming. It's disgusting. It is utterly, utterly apprehensible.